We had a guy who would drive our gear. We got a U-Haul trailer. And that was kind of the like shit or get off the pot moment for Guns in the our history. Tracy and Rob were just like, they'd never done like a tour and like these are punk rock tours then. We're not like exactly knew where you're going to sleep that night. You didn't know exactly how you were going to eat. But I'd done it so many times, and Izzy and Axe were like, okay, let's go. We got gigs booked, let's go. And those two guys, Rob and Tracy, just like basically last minute, like, we're not going to do it. That just sounds too, winging it. And to me, that was normal. Like, that's normal. These were normal things you did.
That's what you do.
And that was, we're not canceling this tour, man. And that's when we got together with Slash and Steven. But more than that, when we got together with those two guys, it was the first three chords we played. It was like, oh, that was the best move we've ever made. And we were off to the races. Went and did that tour. Well, we only made the first gig, which was in Seattle. A car broke down in Bakersfield. So we hitchhiked, the five of us, to Seattle. You know how far that is, right? We hitchhiked.
Oh, my God. Who picked all five of you up? 1,100
miles we hitchhiked. 1,000 miles. We were eating onions out of the onion field in like Bakersfield. And we had $37, all right, between us. So we went to the truck stop, and there was a trucker there. The guy was tweaking out of his mind on crank. He said, we need a ride. We're going to Seattle. He goes, I'm going to Medford. How much money you guys got?
Medford, Oregon.
Yeah. How much money you got? We got $37. All right, give me your $37 and I'll take you to Medford. And the guy we all got in the cab, like the sleeper, like our guitars. And the guy he dropped us off at one point in Sacramento. It was like 110 degrees, man. And we're at the Capitol building on the lawn. There's water fountains and stuff. And the trucker takes off. We're like, he's dumping us here, man. But I think he just went to go get more crank. And sure enough, he came back around, got us, like in an hour or two. Got us to Medford. We hitchhiked. We got one ride from Medford on the I-5, this Mexican guy with his little pickup, but we all got in the back and it was rubbing the tires. And he's like, I'm sorry, you guys. It took us like 5 miles. His back tires were smoking. I'm sorry, you guys. It's going to ruin my truck. I wish you the best of luck. And then so we're out there, now we're north of Medford somewhere. And we're hitchhiking. And this pickup truck, a real one, like a regular sized pickup truck with a cab in the back. These two women in their 30s, so they were old to us. They said, you guys, where are you going? We're going to Seattle. He said, well, we're going to Portland. We can take you that far. But at this point, I'm like, okay, I'm thinking I can call a friend in Seattle, come down to Portland to get us. And we get in the back of this girl's pickup. It was like that corrugated back, cab. But they had a window up to the front. And they said, they said, look, we passed you guys. And then we turned around and came back and got you because we used to hitchhike when we were hippie girls. And nobody would pick us up because of the way we looked. And we just did that to you. We passed you. And then we talked and we said, we just passed people that were like us. We passed them for the same reason because they don't look, they look different. And they were really sweet. I wish I would have remembered their names because they you guys hungry? We're fucking starving. Okay. We're going to stop and get some gas. We'll get you guys some sandwiches. Just come on in the store with us. They got us some beer. It was just like angels picked us up. And at that gas station, I called collect to my friend Donner in Seattle. I said, man, we're on a mission, dude. We're hitchhiking since Bakersfield. Can you come get us in Portland? He's like, I'll do that. And not only that, I'll throw you guys a party when you get to Seattle like nobody's ever seen. So we get to Portland. There's Donner. He picks us up. These women dropped us off. Good luck, guys. Never got the trucker's name. He was so tweaked out on meth. I don't know. We got to Seattle. There was like this house parties, like beyond house parties, there was barbecue and, you know, booze and chicks, everything. And it's like, got to welcome my new friends, you know, to Seattle. Like, this is our band. Especially after that hitchhiking trip, we were a band.
Yeah.
Like, don't fuck around with us.
It's over.
Yeah. The gig we played in Seattle, our gear didn't make it because the car broke down. So we borrowed the Fastback's gear, who we were opening up for, a band I used to play drums in. There was nobody there. We sucked. But it didn't matter at that point. Didn't matter.
What songs were you doing then? Do you remember? I know you remember. You're a fucking genius.
Well, we were doing, like, we had Jungle. We had those songs.
Shit.
Yeah. We were playing, like, we have a new box set that came out last year, and it has all these Sound City demos we did. And that kind of gives you a good indication of what we were playing. Like Heartbreak Hotel by Elvis, like the speeded up version. Reckless Life off of our first EP. Nice Place, Don't Play Rock and Roll by Rose Tattoo. We were playing covers, but we had our own songs. We had a good grip by that point, like 8 or 9 songs. We probably played Don't Cry, Jungle. Of course, now in Seattle, like 2,000 people said they've been at that gig. That first gig we played, there was only actually 3 people there. We sucked. I'm glad people weren't at that show, but that was and we got back to LA. We couldn't do the rest of the tour because the guy who had the car with the U-Haul and our gear, the car never got fixed. He was trying to get it fixed. Our hopes were he'd get it fixed, meet us in Seattle. We'd be able to do Portland, Eugene, Sacramento, San Francisco, but we never did. But we made Seattle. And we made our way back, and we did a show somewhere when we got back. Because we had an LA gig at the end of this tour, and it might have been at the Troubadour. It might have been opening on a Monday night for 2 other bands. You know, that's where you start there. And we did it, man. We came back like changed people, I think, and a united band.